Wake up, Web3,
Welcome back,
because
everybody.
stuff is moving.
Oh, we
Wake
are
up.
moving. JC, what's up, man? How was your weekend?
It was good. My kids had a swim meet. That's like the first swim meet we ever went out of town for. So it was kind of cool. It was my baby girl's first ever swim meet. So she was all kinds of nervous, and she did great. And my son has been swimming for years now, so he was just like whatever. But we got to go and see like legit kids that can really swim. And my son was like, "Oh, they're really fast." So
Well, fun fact about Reptar can't swim. So we'll start there.
huh. Well, that you're going to have to learn if I'm going to come pick you up in an airplane and take you to our private island so we can scuba dive. So I'm just saying.
Hey, you do not need to know how to swim to scuba dive. Okay.
That's not true.
But all right, guys, welcome back. All jokes aside, we had a pretty awesome weekend. A lot of bullish news came out, and we're going to talk about it because markets are moving. Bitcoin is back over 91K. JC is talking about private islands again. We are back.
Yeah. Yeah. Private islands.
So
Forget.
I guess
I'm gonna make Oprah look like a chump. I'm gonna be like, "You get a private island. You get a private island." Not really. I'm not really doing that.
hear that, Oprah? We're coming for you.
Don't clip that.
Someone clip that, please. All right, so we'll start with the bubbles as we normally do.
Bubbles, my bubbles. Let's
Guys,
do
we have
it.
a lot of projects to talk about today. I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail. Things are moving for the past month, and
there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Like the reason we were running late is because we were like, okay, like what's going to be our title today? Because we have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Let's get off the monthly chart and talk about the daily chart.
Render looking sexy. Look at that dash.
Ooh, let's do the hourly chart. Look at that. ICP's moving, Zcash moving down as we would expect. But yeah, let's go.
So why is Zcash down? I thought they were just moving.
So yeah, I can't remember if we talked about this Thursday or Friday or not, but their team. Let's do this.
You might have to hit F11 to full screen so you can see the.
I just wanted to get us off to the side there, and I'll do that.
Yeah, there we go. See, it's up 7x for the year, but we're down 23% for the week. What is going on?
Yeah. So last week, the dev team, the guys who wrote the code for Zcash, apparently had a major disagreement with the management team, and they all packed up their bags and left.
Yeah.
We
So
don't know what the disagreement was about. Zcash, is one of the leaders in the privacy coin space. So, it makes me concerned. If I were holding Zcash, which I'm not, I would be concerned that there's a disagreement over the privacy aspect of it, and that's what I would be upset about. So, is the dang it?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why the comments aren't coming up again.
It
But
was working last week.
I know
I got it
too.
working again. I don't know. It's maybe a refresh thing.
But anyway, yeah, we'll pay attention in the chat, guys. Or
Yeah.
we can just show all comments, but that's gonna
That's right. I said I believe swimming is a prerequisite to scuba diving. So
all right, listen. Listen, Ice.
we can teach you to swim in about an hour.
All right, cool.
We can teach you to not drown in about an hour.
JC's gonna pick me up so we can practice for the island swim meet.
That's right.
But yeah, guys. So Zcash was, if you guys don't know, Zcash is a privacy coin. Privacy is something we're going to talk about a lot today because it's one of the narratives besides AI. As you guys can see from this chart, AI is just sending right now. Like it's just really
privacy. But
but the other narrative that is not being talked about as much is the privacy narrative. There's a reason Zcash pumps so much. Because as we see government adoption and as we see a lot of, people don't like talking about this, but Bitcoin is not as anonymous and safe as people think it is. It's actually not anonymous at all.
Well, that's not accurate to say that Bitcoin itself, the blockchain, is entirely anonymous.
Yes.
Because all it is it's a random address number.
But all you have to do is prove, hey, this person owns this wallet, and you can see every transaction. So,
and that's why KYC is a thing.
Yeah.
And it's ultimately it's for taxes. They say it's for they want to catch criminal activity, but it's for taxes.
Yeah.
But
so,
it's if all you ever did, like if you got into Bitcoin super early and you never linked a bank account to Bitcoin and all you do is own Bitcoin in a wallet, yes, it is anonymous. But the second that you try and buy something with a cryptocurrency that like let's say you wanted to buy a house, that's all well and good, but that house has your name on it. And then go, oh, here's the Bitcoin wallet. Who owns that house? Oh, JC owns that house. Oh, this must be his Bitcoin wallet. That's as soon as you put your name on something that if you want to take your Bitcoin out and cash it out and buy a house with your cash, you have to do that through your bank account. So it's not when you try and spend it, it's not private anymore.
Exactly. And that's kind of the purpose of these privacy coins. Monero is one that I've been mining actually recently. And there's other coins like Zcash, which are anonymous. They have this layer, I won't get into the nitty gritty of the tech, but essentially.
So if you want to dive into it, look up, just go to Google, go to Grok, go to whatever, and have ZK rollups. Zero knowledge is the layer. So ZK rollups. If you want to really get into the privacy stuff, go dig into that. But anyway, go ahead.
But no, it's a huge narrative right now because these big entities and a lot of these these whales have had Bitcoin for years. With the government adoption, with BlackRock and institutions coming, they're understandably nervous about protecting their bags. So privacy coins, as crypto becomes more mainstream, I think it's just going to become more important. People really value privacy. People want, the whole reason for a lot of people got into crypto in the first place is because of the anonymity of Bitcoin. So, I think privacy coins is a really interesting narrative. Can we pull up the Monero chart? Monero is actually, I think, just hit all-time high.
It's over here.
Very
Let's do it over here.
That Zcash saw. And I think with all the FUD and badness going on with Zcash, look at that.
This is a daily candle. So 2 days ago, it was down here at the highest. It was at 471 today. So this you can see. Let me scroll down just a little bit.
And guys, that looks like a big candle, but we're only up 22% for the day. room to move.
But that's so this it starts January 11th. The bottom of that candle that I'm highlighting here is 471, which is where it opened, 471.49. Since the 11th, today is the 13th. So since Monday morning, it took off and has run from 490 or 480 to six. It's gone $200 in 3 days.
Mark said he would be taking profits on that. Yeah, I mean, taking profits is never a bad thing, but I do think it's going to go a lot higher than this. I mean, obviously, we're seeing an all-time high, but again, look what happened with Zcash. And to me, Zcash is the inferior project compared to Monero. If you really dig into the differences behind them, to me, Monero is just the better option. And it's really cool to see it finally getting the price action that I think it deserves. Because as far as the privacy sector, Monero is the king. And look at that candle, dude.
These are weeklies. So the last 2 weeks, I mean, you can see it started down here at 417. So I mean, it's been privacy is a big thing, and as we move forward with technology, it's just going to be. I always thought the argument that people made about crypto being, the new version of money, and it's safe and it's private. It's not private. It's every single transaction is recorded. And what do we know about AI? You trying to figure out how to best do this? What do we know about AI? It is great at combing through massive amounts of information. You're muted.
I was. That's a great point, JC, because that is exactly why privacy coins are going to see this big pump, because we're seeing, like you just said, these AI algorithms that are going to be able to comb through the blockchain very quickly, and it's going to be a lot harder. As we see the narrative of AI take off, privacy coins are just going to get more valuable and more relevant, which is why we're seeing these coins pump along with AI. Obviously, for the past 3 weeks, AI is just completely sending. So
Yep.
people are trying to front run. Okay, well, what's the next narrative behind AI? Obviously, we had the whole banking coins, the ISO 2022s. That's a huge narrative right now. We'll talk about that in a second. But they're all connected, guys. The AI, the banking, the privacy coins. There's a reason these are the three narratives that are being focused on right now as we see mass adoption.
Yeah. Let's do the little thing here. We're up to 3.15 trillion on the market cap. We're back into fear, which is interesting to me. I'll be interested to see if that changes tomorrow as we it looks like we're kind of moving up. Bitcoin season still in the interesting. We're starting leaning towards the overbought, which is interesting to me. You can see Bitcoin starting to move back up. We still this is a daily. So let's zoom in here. We got to get over here. We got to break through this and hold. We got to turn that into support, or we're going back down.
Yeah. Speaking of support, I do want to share this one picture that JC, I'm sure you've seen this before, but I'm seeing these three charts all over social media right now, and I thought it was interesting, so I definitely wanted to share them. Let me just try and here we go. I'm gonna drop these in the Discord. But I'm going to send them to you in private chat so we can pull them up, unless you want me to pull them up. But
if you got them, go ahead and pull them up.
There are three different charts, but I really think that
here, I can do it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
Yep, I can do it.
All right. So these are the charts. They're all very similar. They're all essentially showing the same thing. Resistance and support levels. This is actually, I believe, showing the golden cross. And every time that we've seen a golden cross in the past, as you guys can see at the bottom, when those two lines cross, imagine that, we've always seen massive breakouts after that. And this is currently where we are. That's why a lot of people are calling for a bull run. All of the numbers and the metrics and quite frankly, the massive amount of adoption that's happening, it's all really pointing towards one thing, which is, I think, an inevitable bull run. JC, you want to pull up the other chart, the one that shows the support? There we go. So these are the major support and resistance levels that we've been kind of looking at. This isn't a great chart, but it kind of very it's pretty simple to follow. But it always falls in between these channels, and right now we're at the bottom, pretty close to where we were in 2017, which is crazy to think about. But we could see some serious price action in altcoins, guys, especially after Bitcoin, makes its move. There should be one more chart that I was kind of looking at that I thought was interesting. Right here, again, this is showing you in more detail the golden cross.
This is the ETH. ETH also made a golden cross. The first one was Bitcoin, and this is ETH.
Yeah. So this is a big deal, guys. All signals are pointing towards a serious breakout, and not only altcoins, but Bitcoin, Ethereum. And if you're following these narratives that we've been talking about over the past, few months, like AI, privacy coins, banking coins, you're gonna do just fine. I think we are in an incredible position where a lot of these projects are still down 60-70% for the year, and we're showing really bullish signs of recovery and maybe even a super cycle. So I'm really excited, guys. Like personally, I'm looking into new projects, stuff like Ondo and Quant. We can bring that up in a second. We've talked about a lot of different projects on here, but there really is maybe 10, 15 that we're really focusing on and interested in. And Ondo is definitely one of those as well.
Yep. Before we get into those headlines, we'll hit this real quick. Right now, this is not good news, but you can see that there's a 97% chance of no rate cut here on January 28th. So not looking like a rate cut, which is interesting. And I think that right there is probably one of the reasons, if you haven't seen the news, Trump is pretty pissed off at the Jerome Powell about the rates. Again, he's if you didn't know, Jerome Powell is it the Senate or the House? I can't remember. Is opening up an investigation into him on how. Is that you banging your computer over there?
Yeah, sorry, I put my phone out. The mic is so sensitive.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I was like, did I do that? But Jerome Powell is they're looking into an investigation on him about mismanagement of funds for rebuild, something to do with like renovating the Federal Reserve building or something like that. But basically, my personal opinion on that is they're tired of him not doing what the executive branch is wanting to be done. They're like, you know what? Fine, you're on your way out, but we're gonna freaking good to see you, Ice. Have a great day. But I think it's finally. I think it's probably partially like, look, we gave you a chance to be like, hey, this is what we think the economy needs. Let's get it done. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. And he screwed up he left the rates high for too long, which screwed us up. And now he's keeping them up, even though, inflation numbers are down where they're supposed to be for the Fed targets these rates. Well, that's where they are, but they're not doing anything about it. So. But the other side of that is Jerome Powell is not the Federal Reserve. He's just the spokesman. So, whatever.
We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're in a really good position right now, and you have the midterm elections coming up. I mean, we try not to get too political on this channel, but Trump's going to want to make himself look good. He's gonna want to show growth. They're going to want to inject liquidity into the market. They're trying to make themselves look good. So I think 2026 is going to be an insane year just because he's gonna try and save face. They're gonna really pump things up, I think.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons we might be seeing a movement today is this just came out. This is not our main story today, but I do want to hit it before we get into other stuff. The Senate Banking Committee did unveil their bipartisan crypto regulation draft. It's still got to go through markup. It's still got to go through other stuff, but it actually frigging came out. So yeah, that's good news for us. Let's see if this actually says anything. Not particularly. I don't feel like reading the whole thing, but it'll be summarized for us eventually by Super Grok. But that is movement on the crypto regulation bills is happening. It's not just talked about. They're actually moving it out of the banking committee. Another bit of bullish news. MicroStrategy, which I don't know if they're going to end up being an inverse Kramer or not, but they bought 13,000 more Bitcoin.
That's wild. That's it's actually similar to the what I was going to share about the billionaires in the world, or excuse me, not the billionaires, the market cap of the biggest companies in the world priced in Bitcoin. Here, let's see if I can share that.
Cool.
Because I think this is I just shared that in our team chat again, JC. I think this goes along perfectly with what you just shared, and on top of that, really puts into perspective how few Bitcoin there really is out there, and it kind of blew my mind a little bit because things look much different when they're priced in Bitcoin, for sure.
All right, had to put it on the correct tab.
No worries.
Not that one. Where'd it go? Dang it. That's a different. What the heck? Dang you, Scuba Steve.
Please stand by for technical difficulties.
Why did it not pop up where I wanted it? What's wrong with you? Give me one second.
It looks good on the stream, but yeah, whatever you gotta do. Oh, damn, that's so loud. So as you can see, guys, things look real different when you start pricing them in Bitcoin.
Oh, that is the same thing. There you go.
Yeah. And that last frame really puts everything into perspective. I mean, wow. If you added, obviously these aren't all of the biggest companies. You're not even counting MasterCard, Visa, some of the other ones. These are just a few of the big tech companies. If you take their market cap and you combine them together, that's 200 million Bitcoin in value. There are only 21 million Bitcoin. I actually saw a statistic that said there's like 86 billionaires in the world or something like that. There's not enough Bitcoin for every single one of them to own one. Think about that. Like the scarcity of the supply of Bitcoin, I don't think it's put into perspective enough because 21 million sounds like a lot.
Oh no, there's 2,900 to up to possibly over 3,000 billionaires in the world. So yeah,
really?
There's not enough for them to own 0.1 Bitcoin.
I gotta check. I'll look at the statistic I was reading earlier. But yeah, that even more so proves my point that there is not enough Bitcoin for everyone. And when you start pricing it in things like the market cap of something like Google or Apple or Nvidia, that's when I get real bullish. That's when things are like, damn.
All right, so hang on. Let's do the math here and let's see. There's 21 21 million divided by, let's say, 3,000. So if they all split up the Bitcoin amongst themselves, they would each have 7,000 Bitcoin. But that's it. However, 7,000 Bitcoin would
that's
cost,
just if they distribute it amongst themselves, though. And there's not even 21 million. There's less than that because some of it's been lost, some of it's on exchanges, some of it's there's not 21 million out there as of right now. So,
and right now, if they wanted to buy, what did I say, 7,000? If they wanted to buy 7,000 Bitcoin, it would cost them $683 million.
I'm
each.
bullish. I'm bullish. But yeah, I just thought that was cool. I wanted to share that. And another project. Giro, good to see you, man. Um, another project that's really kind of caught my attention has been Ondo, just because it is tokenized 10%. Excuse me. It's responsible for 10% of the real world asset tokenization right now, which is more than HBAR. And you guys know Reptar's bullish on HBAR. All right. But um, Ondo is looking seriously bullish. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share one more thing with you, JC. Um, this this is all of the companies that are associated with Ondo, and I know you guys really like to see, especially with things like Render, like what big companies are buying this, because obviously to me that gives the most confidence in the market. Like, look who else is buying this, guys. Just look at some of these logos. I mean, it doesn't even need to be said how bullish Ondo is. It's bringing real world assets and companies onto the blockchain, and it's Ondo
Yeah,
is
maybe you've heard of some of those.
maybe you've heard of some of those guys. But yeah, Ondo is making serious moves. It's still at $2 right now. It hasn't seen crazy price action yet, but this is one of the biggest winners in the real world asset section or sector. So I would definitely be taking a look into Ondo.
Man. All right, let's go. Let's go here. Let's look. Ondo. Number 59. Market cap 1.26 billion. Is there no max supply? No, the total supply is 10 billion. It says no max supply. The circulating supply it's only 30% circulating. But there's a lot of it, like we just said over here. Where'd it go?
It's interesting because
total value locked is 2 billion.
So
Ondo's at 40 cents.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it wasn't two. It was. And what's interesting is if you go to, I believe if you go to categories under cryptocurrencies, and then you go to real world assets, it shows you how much of the supply is actually, or excuse me, how much of the market Ondo actually has in that sector. It's insane. I was very surprised to see it above HBAR. It doesn't necessarily mean it's better than HBAR, but I do think that it's yeah, there you go. So if you can see right there, Ondo 10.4%. Paxos actually is more. I'm not as bullish on Paxos, honestly, as I am HBAR and Ondo, but Ondo is a huge player in this sector, guys. It should not be slept on for sure.
Interesting tether. Look at that.
It's wild. HBAR not even on the list. HBAR in that other category.
Yeah.
Because HBAR hasn't had its time to shine yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Gero, man, I'm looking at this Ondo price going, All right,
almost 11%.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Let's go back here. Let me go back here again. I want to look at these numbers a little bit more since.
Yeah,
right, so all-time highs here.
Cap, we're looking at HBAR going to hopefully between 10 and 30 billion. So I think seeing Ondo go to maybe even 5 billion or 10 billion, I think is pretty.
Well, I mean, look at this. The even just the all-time high is $2.03. That's a 5x from here.
Yeah. And with the supply, again, the total supply and the circulating supply, I think a 5x is in the cards. I wouldn't see it going much higher than that. I mean, it is possible depending on when the token unlocks are. But just keep in mind, guys, that there is going to be a little bit of price suppression because of the supply not being fully unlocked. Obviously, when they do unlock tokens, price is going to go down. But Ondo is still a really safe project if you're looking to get into, some of the or some of the less degenerate picks that you can hold for a few years.
Profile score is at 70. That doesn't. It's got a 4.1, 85% bullish. I don't know. I think Ondo having 10% of the RWA market already is. Whew,
it's big. And this is actually one that was brought to us by a community member. We, at Alpha Origins, we're a pretty big group of degenerates and investors, and we all share different project picks, opinions, all that kind of stuff in the Discord. And this was actually one that was brought to our attention by the community. So even we are always learning from about new projects. And this is one that really got my attention. So shout out to the Alpha Origins community. If you guys want to join, hop in, link will be in the description. That's all we're going to say on that.
Links in the description, and we're, we're here to chit chat about stuff and here to learn, most importantly. So if you got information to share with the community, that's how, when we formed the community, really, it was under that whole, we're all going to make it. So we can't all make it if everybody's not in there trying to help each other all make it.
We all going to eat.
We all going to eat.
Love it. JC, yeah. So, again, Ondo was on our altcoins to buy. If you guys didn't see that video, go check it out.
I just bought some.
I just bought some. He said.
I literally I had some tether sitting from where I pulled some profits on my XRP trade, and I was like, you know what, Ondo down here,
Ondo's looking nice, guys.
Yeah, it's juicy,
real nice. So that's really all I had for today, guys. I mean, I know JC's got a couple things that he wants to talk about with XRP, his baby.
That's right. Bank of America CEO confirms that XRP will be used for payments. XRP, not Ripple, not RLUSD. XRP. Let's go. Let's see, what was this? Yep. Did you see the announcement that X is going to be integrating crypto? We don't know what, but crypto coming to X, that's a big deal.
So many rumors too. The PlayStation thing, they're talking about PlayStation integrating crypto payments. That is just a rumor, guys. I want to let you guys know there is no official confirmation. These rumors mostly come through these institutions applying for licenses and patents. People see them, they see the applications, and are like, huh, why would they apply for this? Oh, well, that would only make sense if they were trying to integrate crypto. So that's where the rumor comes from. But it's not just a completely made up rumor. There is a little bit of meat to it, so to speak.
For you, Reptar, H-Bar, we're not sleeping on H-Bar. Dubai just passed a law putting legal documents, wills, and global storage on the Hedera public ledger. Tamper-proof, borderless, immutable. I will also add, because this matters to large governments, carbon negative.
And this is another thing too. Hedera is not a blockchain. It's a hash graph. And a lot of the issues that you guys will hear about with crypto are some of the limitations of blockchain. And Hedera is already past that. It's already quantum protected. It's already hash graph, so it can do way more transactions than blockchain. Hash graph is the evolution of blockchain, and Hedera is already there. So that's why I'm most bullish on it. But when I see major world governments using it for things like this, especially like the World Health Organization, NASA, government contractors, like that gets my attention.
NASA's the Artemis mission is supposed to launch in February, going back to the moon. So
we're going back to the moon. Or did we ever go to the moon in the first place? Let us know in the chat.
We're going back to the moon.
Conspiracy theories going wild right now.
Crypto Daniel, X is open sourcing their code. Yeah. So if you weren't following, maybe it was France or maybe it was just the EU courts in general were suing Elon Musk because they wanted access to his code for the algorithm that puts what they're putting forward because they want to control what their people can see
Isn't
on
it a
social media.
private company? Can they even do that? Isn't X private? He bought it, right?
X is private, but they're just saying, well, we're a world power, so you'll do what we say, and we'll sue you for hundreds of millions of dollars. So Elon was like, fine, here's the code, open source to everybody.
That is so amazing. He is literally like just
yeah.
He is on another level. I love it.
Yeah. Let's see if I had anything else. We talked about strategy, XRP. BlackRock is using RLUSD stablecoin for collateral. So BlackRock making partnerships with Ripple.
They're getting in bed with the biggest financial-based crypto in the world after calling it all a scam. That's weird. Wonder why they're doing that.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's the news for today that piqued our interest. If you got something that piqued your interest, please put it in the comments. As always, do the the likes, the subscribe, the ring the bell, the share.
Smash the dislike button, unsubscribe, leave a hate comment, do all the things.
We like hate comments, actually.
Yeah, especially that last YouTube short. Right. But yeah, guys, we really appreciate everybody that comes out for the show. We got a lot of stuff planned for 2026 for the project. And on top of that, I think we're about to see the biggest bull run that we've ever seen in human history. So
retire the bloodline.
Yeah, get excited. Try to find those projects, guys. Find the ones that you know are going to be here in the next 5 to 10 years. And, just if we don't have a blow off top in the next couple months, it's just going to be next cycle because this stuff is coming. It's being adopted. It's being used. If you're in the right projects, you're going to do fine eventually or in the next couple months.
Yep. Forget Lambos for everybody. Moons for everybody. Everybody gets a moon.
Everybody gets a moon. Jupiter's got plenty of them.
Yeah. And there's, billions of planets. You know what? Everybody gets a planet. How much for the planet?
Yeah, it's like, that one company that like sells stars to people. Like you can have the stars named after you. It's like, how arrogant are we just to be like, yeah, give me $100.
That's mine.
That one's yours.
that one's Reptar 1. That one's Reptar 2. Yeah, I own 2 planets.
Guys, I'm gonna buy
Starship.
I'm gonna buy a star and call it Reptar 1.
I owned a bunch of planets once.
Owned or still own? Oh, still own, but
if you know, you know. All right, we're out of here. Chompy's taking us home. Have a great Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Enjoy, guys. That was